JAM88.3, that is Hosier, Too Sweet, and on top of that is Metallica's Inamorata, and also heard the Rolling Stones with Painted Black and Audio Slave's I Am the Highway. It is Roanna all the way till 10. It is for rock and roll, and it is also a Hump Wednesday. So for today's Wednesday Wellness, we're going to be talking about, because this is what we need on a Wednesday, right? You're in the middle of the week. It's not yet a Friday. It's no longer a Monday, but you still have got the middle of the week to get through before the weekend. So if you're feeling a little bit down and whatnot, let's talk about the power of manifestation and also the power of being able to control your own thoughts, because this is really where it all begins, right? What our actions are is based on what we were thinking about just a few seconds before, or a few minutes before, or a few days before. So it basically kind of propels how our day and our weeks and our months become. So we'll talk about that and actual studies that show manifestation is absolutely real. Also, I have already posted on JAM88.3's Facebook page the poster for today's show, so go on ahead and comment below that if you would like to chime in with our topic of conversation for today's Hump Wednesday. Also, if you have some songs that you would like to hear, you know that I always oblige you guys. So let me know what songs you'd like to hear, and just in case I can't play the exact same song that you want to hear, hopefully you appreciate another track from the same artist or musician instead. Because remember, we've got those special shows on the weekends, which I will give you a rundown just in case you're not yet familiar with it already. But I also will be on Instagram, so I'll be checking JAM88.3's Insta together with my own Insta. So if you're not following both, for Jam, it is JAM88.3 We Rock Radio, and my Instagram is Roanna Hamir. It's the same for my Facebook page as well. It is ROANNAJAMIR. And a good morning and a shout out to our Twitch chatters and also viewers. We've got Master Teacher 21, Esther 1971, Vanfly, Hi Jessame, Sleepy Zozis. Ooh, that's a new name. Michael T50, Jerry DA, John Micatere, Pelio 0729, Titus 77, Titan. I think that's a new one too. Rod Striker 17. And yeah, if you'd like to join them, I do these shout outs every now and then. So if you want a for sure shout out, then make sure that you are on Twitch. Simply type in your browser twitch.tv/jam883ph. I'm waving right now to the camera, so if you'd like to see the booth and see what I do while the music is playing and we are on air and what I do on the back end, you can go and watch. That's on Twitch. Once again, that's twitch.tv/jam883ph. Right about now, here is something from M83 and Midnight City. You're on Jam 88.3. Jam 88.3, that is Passion Pit with Sleepyhead, and on top of that is Porno for Pyros with Porpoise Head. Also heard M83's Midnight City. So it is no longer midnight, it is 6:50 in the morning, so just in case you are just about to wake up, or you are getting your day started, or perhaps you're about to wind down because you're on the GY shift, well, definitely it is a Wednesday for today, so it is a Hump Wednesday. So because this is the time when people usually are like on a slump or on a hump, that's why we kind of, relate it to a camel's hump on the back, right? We're like in that midweek. Just in case you need a little bit of boost mentally, emotionally, let's talk about manifestation. So basically, we can really control our thoughts. So the idea that we have full control over our thoughts is a complex and debated topic within psychology and neuroscience. I mean, we don't always have complete control over our initial thoughts. Obviously, when you see something sad, your automatic instinct is to feel sad and to think of sad thoughts, right? The involuntary reactions of our minds, usually we don't have control over. But there is evidence that suggests that we can exert significant influence over how we interpret those initial thoughts, how we regulate those initial thoughts, and respond to those thoughts. So we are going to talk about the few studies and findings that highlight how you and I can gain control over our thinking patterns and thus manifest the outcome that we want for ourselves and for our lives. So we'll be talking more about that in the next hour. Meanwhile, as we continue with today's topic of Wednesday Wellness for Rock and Roll, we'll be closing down this hour with several tracks from Eels, Fresh Blood, as well as the XX Crystallized. But right now, here is something from Fantagram. But don't forget, I am always watching out for all of your song requests. So just to let you know, I've got some U2 already lined up, some Foo Fighters, Jim Blossom, Seven Mary 3, Silverchair, Stereophonics, Mutiny, as well as some Led Zeppelin. But right now, hopefully you fall in love on a Hump Wednesday with our topic for today. Make sure that you get in touch with me through the various social streams. And right now, here is Fall in Love from Fantagram. This is Jam 88.3. We rock radio. Jam 88.3, that is Led Zeppelin with Immigrant Song, and on top of that, Jefferson Airplane, White Rabbit. And we kick things off with my second hour with you with some Massive Attack, Teardrop. My name is Roanna. This is Rock and Roll all the way till 10. Don't forget that we have posters published on Facebook as well as on Instagram. And also, if you would like to get in touch with me, the quickest way for me to see your comments and your messages is really through Twitch. So shout out to all of you guys on Twitch. They have been sending in some song requests, which I have already lined up. So if you'd like to join the Twitch community, simply type in your browser twitch.tv/jam883ph. If you'd like to comment below the Facebook posts, it's on Jam 88.3's Facebook page and my Facebook page. Please do give mine a follow as well. It's Roanna Hamir, spelled ROANNAJAMIR. And also it's the same for Instagram. If you're not yet following Jam on Insta, it's Jam 88.3 We Rock Radio. It is a Hump Wednesday, midweek. Let's talk about Wednesday wellness. So let's talk about the power of positive thinking. So there is actually studies on positive thinking, and a study that was published in the Psychosomatic Medicine back in 2001 by David S. Smith and colleagues explored the relationship between optimism and health outcomes. So basically it's saying when you think positive thoughts, you are also going to be positively more healthy. They found that people with a positive outlook in life had better cardiovascular health and were less likely to suffer from chronic diseases. Now, what is the explanation behind that? So basically, this study says positive thinking, which is one of the key components of manifestation, can influence mental and physical health. So it's not just mental, it's also physical health as well that it can manifest, which may indirectly help in achieving goals. Now, this study, another one, it was by Seligman and al. And this was in 2005 on learned optimism, showed that having a positive, optimistic mindset could improve outcomes not just in personal and professional life, but it also suggests that your mindset can influence the course of your life, hence manifestation. But number one reason why we need to start thinking positive is, hey, if it's got positive results for your body as well, like physically, physiologically, I mean, why not, right? So I actually have a friend whose partner passed away, and it was because of stress. He actually said that the reason that he had cancer was because his work was very stressful and he was not able to manage it, and that kind of ended up manifesting onto his physical ailments as a disease. So all of these negative thoughts, all of these stressful situations, if we are unable to handle them, it can manifest itself into different back pains, neck pains, muscle pains, and even something more drastic like, for example, cancer or tumors and whatnot. So, we have to be careful with what we think, because what we think can determine the outcome, even our physical health as well. So that's just one of the studies that have been done on manifestation and positive thinking. More on this for Wednesday Wellness for today, and also tracks coming up from Mutiny, Stereophonics, and Paramore. But first, a reminder. JAM88.3, that is Paramore with Crush, Crush, Crush. And that is a song I send out to France, who just sent in a message saying that he was supposed to celebrate his wedding anniversary with his wife, Noemi, yesterday. But unfortunately, their daughter got admitted to the hospital. But they're all watching right now on Twitch. So I'm waving right now to the camera to France, Noemi, and your daughter. I hope that you feel better soon and that you have a speedy recovery. That song was for you. Crush, 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 Crush. Whatever it is that's going on, and crush that that illness or sickness or whatever it is that's happened. I hope that you feel better soon. Once again, positive thinking, positive thoughts, you can manifest it. I know you can. Okay, hang in there, girl. Before that is Michael T's request, and that is Stereophonics. Have a nice day. This is so in topic. I love it. They're song requests. You guys always request songs that are actually in topic for the conversations that we have for rock and roll. So it's amazing. And then before that is War, Mutiny, and that is requested by Jessame, and also a song I send out to Derange. Yeah, because we gotta have a war on negativity. We fight it with positivity, right? So let's continue talking about that, which is our topic for today. That is another aspect to manifestation, which is the law of attraction and focused attention. So there's a study that was done in 2003, and this is by researchers like Richard Wiseman. So he had this book called The Luck Factor, and it discussed how people who focus on their goals, which is a key element in manifestation, tend to create more opportunities for themselves. So basically, these people who were positive thinkers, they were more like those people who kind of don't dwell on negativity. Somehow, all of a sudden, it's like they're the ones who seem to be lucky, but there is no such thing as pure luck. Maybe there is, because by chance you happen to fall upon something that is perfect for you, but most of the time it is luck coupled with your own positivity. So the act of focusing on something, whether it's through visualization or goal setting, increases the likelihood of noticing related opportunities. Out of sight, out of mind. So do the opposite. Think of something that you want and focus on it, and you might be able to see it more than other people who are not thinking of what their goals and dreams are. So the explanation to that is, the psychological phenomena of selective attention means that people who are focused on a specific goal through manifestation practices like visualization are more likely to notice and act upon opportunities related to that goal. So think about what it is that you want in life. What is it that makes you happy? What is it that makes you want to be able to wake up every morning with a smile and say, I love my life? Think about those things that make you happy, and you might be able to see more opportunities to get you closer to those goals because you're constantly visualizing it and thinking about it. But remember, our thoughts are very powerful. What we think basically is what will determine the outcome. So think of those positive thoughts, and that's what you manifest. Think of the opposite. Well, we don't want that now, do we? Well, we've got more tracks coming your way, also some Gin Blossoms and some Foo Fighters. But right now, here is Titus77 Titan, and that's a new username that I am seeing on Twitch. So if you'd like to join our Twitch chatters, go on ahead and type in your browser twitch.tv/jam883ph. And I just actually edited my Instagram account so that I have the Twitch link on my bio. So if you'd like an easier way to be able to do that from your mobile phone, simply follow me on Instagram. That's Roanna Hamir, ROANNAJAMIR. And then check my bio. It's got the link to Twitch, and just click on that, and then you can listen and watch from your mobile phone on Twitch anytime I am here on board. So there you go. We've got 7 Mary 3 Cumbersome. This is Jam 88.3, where everything rocks. Jam 88.3, that is Vanfly Heights request, Foo Fighters. Hopefully he liked that song. He asked to play any song from Foo Fighters, and hopefully he liked that, The Pretender, instead. And on top of that, Rod Stryker with the Gin Blossoms, Follow You Down. Also, Titus77 Titans request 7 Mary 3 Cumbersome. So for today's Wednesday Wellness, we are talking about the power of positive thinking and manifestation. So here is another study. It's called Self-Fulfilling Prophecies. So the idea that a person's belief or expectations can influence their outcome is closely related to the concept of manifestation. So if you believe something will happen, your actions may subconsciously align to make that belief become a reality. So the research is, this one is an example. It's from Rosenthal and Jacobson, and it was done in 1968. And the research basically had teachers who were told that certain students were expected to show significant intellectual growth. And these students did outperform others, partly because the teachers unconsciously treated them differently, because they were kind of like, they were incepted with the idea that these particular students would learn faster. And because they had that thought, they were actually helping them learn faster, subconsciously, unconsciously. So basically, these are the power of our thinking. They're very, very strong in being able to kind of determine the outcome, not just for ourselves, but even for those of people around us. So it not only has that effect, but it also has a negative effect. If you think of negative things, and we talked about this earlier, that it can also affect your body and your health negatively. If you're, let's say, I don't know if you know some people who are negative thinkers, they always complain about something. Like, you could bring them to a great, amazing party, and they will find something to nitpick on, or somebody to to complain about, or somebody to hate on, or something to basically comment on and say, I don't like that, or, oh, it's a nice house, but the curtains are ugly. There's certain people who are like that. It's like always like, it's never a complete compliment on anything. There's always like a catch, right? It's like they'll say, you have nice hair, but the cut does not suit your face. Something like that. It's like, are you complimenting me or insulting me? There are some people where it's by nature, they're like that. But, if you know that you are perhaps similarly, perhaps try to consider, maybe if you change the way you think, perhaps it could change the outcome of what happens to you in the day, in the weeks, in the months, in the years. It's all just a study, right? We learn through research and studies that have been published and have been posted on different platforms, but we can also do our own study. You can also do your own research, and you can also do your own experiment and say, you know what, I've been thinking this way for the longest time. I wonder what would happen if I change my way of thinking. If I often feel I would feel bad if A, B, and C happened to me, I wonder what would happen if I reacted differently to it. Try to conduct your own experiment and then see how it is like firsthand, because you're going to be the scientist of your own study, and then you could really determine whether the outcome is true or not, because it's not just based on hearsay. It's based on exactly how you feel the outcome was based on your own personal experience. We'll be talking more about that for Wednesday Wellness, because it is a Hump Wednesday, right? So we need all the help we can. And with that in mind, let us have something from Motley Crue. And this is a song requested by Juan, which is perfect for today's topic of conversation, because I want you all to feel good. So you can call me Dr. Feel Good for today. My name's Roanna. This is Rock and Roll on JAM 88.3. Where everything rocks. Motley Crue, Dr. Feel Good. That is a Bullet with Butterfly Wings, and that is from Smashing Pumpkins, a song I sent out to Geronimo, who wanted to hear something from the band, so hopefully you like that one instead. Also, don't forget that we are still accepting song requests. I have maybe a full hour that is still available for you if you'd like to hear more tracks. Also, here is a great surprise. Before that, we also heard some Motley Crue, Dr. Feel Good, and that was requested by Juan. So the good news is that I am going to start reviving my YouTube channel. So I don't know if you guys are, already subscribed, but currently I have like 10,000 subscribers. So if you'd like to check out my many hundreds of videos posted on various topics, I've posted stuff about my business before. I had this diamond painting e-commerce business that I no longer run. I've posted about travel. I've posted about work with Jam before, and also posted about parties that I attend, and also kung fu and all the other stuff that I delve into throughout the last, I don't know, 2 decades or so. So if you'd like to go and check that out, that's Roanna Hamir. But the reason I'm telling you this is because I'd like to be able to basically post the shows that I do on Jam on YouTube. It won't have all of the songs because YouTube will flag that, but I will have the talking points. So just in case, you ask me to send a shout out to your wife and telling her that you love her, it's something that you could go back to and basically have her listen just in case she missed it, or if you sent a shout out for your coworkers and they were too busy talking amongst themselves to hear your dedication for them. That way you can kind of go back to it for that particular day and let them hear it. So hopefully you appreciate that. Obviously it's going to mean I will have to edit stuff, but I don't mind doing the extra work. If you guys are into that, I would totally appreciate the subscription. So going ahead and sub to my channel. Once again, that's Roanna Hamir. I'll try to do that every day, and I'll definitely do one today, starting today for this show. All of the talking points, all of the stuff that I've talked about, you can replay it like a podcast on my YouTube channel. So Roanna Hamir, hope to see you there. Please hit the subscribe button. As we continue to talk about Wednesday Wellness, we'll be talking about positivity and the power of manifestation. So it's not really a mysterious thing because there are studies on that. And speaking of which, here is something to close down this hour with Aberu's request, and it's U2's Mysterious Ways. So we've got that one lined up together with some Matchbox 20 Push. This is Jam 88.3. Jam 88.3, that is Silverchair and a song, and we play the acoustic version, and it's a song requested by John Micatere. So just reminding you, if you like acoustic versions of your favorite songs, go on ahead and check out Sunday's Unwired. It's a special show from 6 p.m. till midnight, all acoustic tracks back to back, 6 hours of nothing but unplugged music. Once again, that's Sundays 6 to 12 midnight for Unwired. My name is Roanna. This is Rock and Roll all the way till 10. We are on Twitch, so if you'd like to listen and also watch live, you may do so. Type in your browser twitch.tv/jam883ph. If that was a mouthful, it's easier for you to click on a link. Well, here's what you do. Just follow me on Instagram, and I've got the Twitch link on my bio. So that's Roanna Hamir, ROANNAJAMIR, and then just go to my bio, the Twitch link on there. Click on that, and you'll be able to watch and also stream live on your mobile phone for today's show, and any other time of the day that you'd like to listen to Jam, by the way. So if you'd like to follow Jam on Insta, it's Jam88.3 We Rock Radio, and of course we already have the posters published for today's show on both Facebook pages, Jam's Facebook and my Facebook page. So comment away with your song requests as well as any input you've got for today's topic. And today is Wednesday Wellness as we talk about positivity and the power of manifestation. So there is something called self-efficacy and goal achievement. Self-efficacy, or the belief in one's ability to succeed in specific situations, has been extensively researched, and it's closely linked to achievement. Meaning to say, if somebody believes that they will be successful in something, most likely they will be able to achieve it. I mean, this is basically the mindset of athletes, right? You can't go into a competition thinking you're going to lose, because you most likely will. But you have to go into every single challenge, every single competition, every single game or match thinking and knowing deep in your heart you will win, regardless if you win or not. You have to believe it. Studies suggest that people with higher self-efficacy set more challenging goals, they persist longer, and they ultimately achieve more. So here's a research example on this study. This was done in 1977 by Albert Bandura, and this is a study on self-efficacy. So it showed that individuals who believe they can succeed are more likely to take the necessary steps toward achieving their goals, which may be viewed as a form of manifestation through self-belief. When we believe in ourselves, we are able to achieve whatever it is that we believe, which means it's almost like you've got like this God power. You know, if you say, I will do that, and it will happen, and you end up actually doing it, and it does happen. You know, isn't that amazing? So Jerry D.A. says, in the immortal words of Maria in Sound of Music, he says, Oh, this is that song. I simply remember my favorite things and then I don't feel so bad. I remember that song. Yes, it actually has a lot of positive mindset sort of lyrics in Sound of Music, right? Just another one is just a spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down. So you just need a little bit of sweetness to take in the sour and the bitterness, right? Just like in life, if something bad is happening in your life, you have to be able to kind of take in a little bit of the sweetness of life so that you don't focus on the bitterness. Well, there you go. Just a little bit of lesson that we learned from a classic Sound of Music. In the meantime, here is something from Edward. He wanted to hear something from Alanis Morissette. So hopefully you like this one instead. And it's All I Really Want. This is JAM88.3. We Rock Radio. JAM88.3, and that is music from Fall Out Boy as requested by Ozzy, which is perfect for today's topic. Thanks for the memories. Whether it was good memories or sad memories, they're still memories. They're still part of your life. It's kind of like watching a movie. If the entire movie, it was all just happiness and no drama, no conflict, no challenge, then it wouldn't be exciting, right? If you want to make your life exciting, you gotta have the ups as well as the downs. It can't be up all the time. Otherwise, then that's monotonous. Then that there's no ride. There's no roller coaster if it's just like a plain sort of straight forward sort of direction, right? If you want an exciting ride, you have to expect to ride a roller coaster. So no matter how bad a situation may be, you just say, thanks for the memories. There you go, from Fall Out Boy. On top of that is Seven Nation Army from White Stripes, and that's a song requested by Alan. Also a song that I'm sending out to several people who wanted to hear something from Oasis, Champagne Supernova, and that was requested by Graven as well as Jerry, but also Butch, because he wanted to hear something from the band, but I already had Champagne Supernova lined up, so hopefully you like that instead as well. And also, on top of that, we heard music from Alanis Morissette, All I Really Want, song going out to Edward. And, of course, we've got Michael Triñanes' song, that is Smash Mouth All-Star. And this is a song that he wants to dedicate to his sons, Jan, Michael, and Kurt Michael Triñanes. So yeah, boys, you know, I heard from your dad that you guys lost your basketball game yesterday. It's all good. Okay lang yan. Your dad says, bawi next time. That's true. Keep your spirits up because, you know, when you lose games, that's when you are driven with more gusto and more passion and more dedication to be better and to practice more and to have more focus the next time you do have a game. So I know you guys are going to win the next one, so just keep at it, all right? Okay, we've got more tracks coming your way, but also we are talking about Wednesday wellness. The topic for today is rock and roll with me, Roanna. So let's talk about the role of motivation and focus. Speaking of focusing on your goals, right? So a key component of manifestation involves focused attention on specific goals. So motivational theories emphasize that setting clear goals and staying focused can lead to higher levels of achievement. So here's the research on that. This was done in 1991, and the research was called the theory of planned behavior. And this theory suggests that intention is a significant predictor of behavior. And maintaining focus on one's goals can help align actions with desired outcomes. I have had 10 years of a background in sales, and the number one thing that we always got told by our sales mentors is if you look good, you feel good. And if you feel good, then you'll be able to sell. Because, you know, no matter how many times you get rejected, no matter how many times you get a no matter how many times you get a not interested, you're still going to feel a lot better than people who don't feel good about themselves. Because you started off with the intention of, if you look good when you see yourself in the mirror, you're going to manifest that feel good emotion, right? Which then kind of converts into how you're going to act around you, to people around you, how you're going to behave, how you're going to consider situations that come to you. So there you go. With that in mind, let's proceed to the next one. And this is called mindfulness and the present moment. So manifestation is sometimes tied to practices like mindfulness, which encourages individuals to focus on the present moment and become more attuned to their thoughts and feelings. And here's the research on that. So studies on mindfulness-based stress reduction, also known as MBSR, show that being more present can reduce stress and improve well-being, which can help individuals better cope with challenges and stay focused on their goals. So this is the key thing about mindfulness and present moment. Sometimes we encounter problems, and there is a tendency for us to say, you know what, I'm not going to think about the problem. I'm just going to put it in the recesses of my memory, in the back of my mind, and I'm going to focus on happy thoughts and happy things. But that actually is not mindfulness. Mindfulness is understanding you're in that moment, understanding you're in a pit, understanding that you need to get yourself out of that pit and into safety or into a better location, right? You can't just close your eyes and say, well, I'm in a pit, but I'm just going to close my eyes and pretend I'm not here. So there could be a tendency for some people to do that. They might go on a drinking spree to try to forget problems. They might try to do other activities to forget their problems, but that really isn't solving the problem, is it? It's just basically putting a Band-Aid on a situation that really will not heal unless you actually take a look at it and put some painful medicine on it, stitch it up, or whatever it is that you need to do, and deal with it, right? So we have to be mindful. When there is a moment in our life that is not good, we have to accept this is not a good moment. This is a bad situation. Now, once you're mindful about it, then you consider the present. What can you do now? What can you do right now so that you can change your situation, so that you can change your outcome, so that you can get out of that hole? And that is about mindfulness and present moment, which is also quite important. Well, I'll be closing down this hour with a few tracks from live. We've got Frank wanting to hear some lightning crashes. Also, Within Temptation, A Fool's Parade, requested by Jed on Facebook. And also Mav's request, Incubus's Megalomaniac. But first, I do have a few reminders for you. Don't go anywhere, because more of Rock and Roll with me, Roanna, when I return for Wednesday Wellness. It is Silverchair with Tomorrow, and that is a song requested by John Micatere. Also before that is Amsterdam. That is from Imagine Dragons. Song I sent out to Rom Narciso, so hopefully he liked that one instead. And also Der Lieger. What a tongue twister of a username. Soundgarden Black Hole Sun. So don't forget that just in case I can't play the exact same songs that you want to hear, maybe it's only available during the special shows. So to give you a rundown of the special shows on the weekend, every Friday, it's Local Jam, all OPM. Back-to-back tracks from 9 p.m. till midnight, followed by Noisy Neighbor, all the headbanging stuff from 10 p.m. till midnight on Saturdays. And then on Sunday, it is going to be Vintage Jam, 5 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then Unwired, all acoustic, unplugged versions from 6 p.m. till midnight. So sometimes there might be songs on those special shows that is not available during the regular playlists, like right now. But just in case I can't play it, hopefully you appreciate another song by the same artist or musician instead. My name is Roanna. This is Rock and Roll all the way till 10. And if you are listening right now, I want to see who is listening right now who's currently following me on Instagram. And if you are following me on Instagram, go to my fourth post and comment with the country where you're listening from. So you can follow me on Insta if you're not yet doing that. It's Roanna Hamir. That's ROANNAJAMIR. Once again, go to the fourth post and comment below that post, which is, if you're watching on Twitch, you'd know that is the same shirt that I'm wearing right now, because you can listen and also get to watch live. Speaking of which, if you want to do that, just go to my Insta and you'll see the link to Twitch. You can just click on that link and you can watch it from your mobile phone. But if you want to type it on your browser, on your laptop or computer, just type in twitch.tv/jam883. 88.3 pH. So let's continue talking about the power of manifestation through positivity. So there's also something called a placebo effect, which illustrates the power of belief in creating real changes in one's health or perception of outcomes. So people who believe that they are receiving a treatment often experience real improvements, demonstrating the power of the mind in influencing outcomes. So here is a research example. Now, the placebo effect is well documented in medical research, where patients who believe they are receiving an effective treatment often report improved health outcomes, even if the treatment had no therapeutic effect. And this has the opposite sort of effect. Like sometimes people feel great, they're feeling fine, and then they go to the doctor and then they get diagnosed with something, and all of a sudden it's like their whole body crashes and they just suddenly get sick, because that is the power of our thoughts. So even if you receive bad messages or you receive bad news, you have to be able to fight that urge to just accept the bad thoughts and the bad news and the bad situation, and try to counter it with something positive. You know, if we're going to talk about Sound of Music again, if your life is sounding very bitter right now, if it's sounding very sour, very bitter, it doesn't have a good taste in your mouth, you have to be able to find something sweet to be able to swallow it down, because otherwise, you know, that's how your life is going to be. So you have to be able to counter it with something sweet, something good, something positive. So every negative situation we encounter, we have to fight it with some positivity. But more on that and the last one when I return. But first, here is something from The Offspring with The Kids Aren't All Right. And this is requested by Rebecca. You're on Jam 88.3, where everything rocks. Jam 88.3, that is The Cure, In Between Days, and that is a song requested by Angelito, who won the Chameleons tickets for November 21, which is tomorrow. And this is at Midas Tent, Midas Hotel and Casino for the Chameleons from the UK. And they will be performing live. So congratulations once again, Angelito. And if you are the other winner, Edward Rotor, I don't know if you picked up your tickets already, but they should be by the guard. So just claim your tickets if you've won. Also on top of that, The Offspring with The Kids Aren't All Right. And that is requested by Rebecca. So I've got Keith on Twitch tuned in right now. He says the whole class is tuned in. Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in. And if you want to also be able to catch the show on Twitch, it's twitch.tv/jam883ph. So yeah, I'm going to send a shout out because I did say that I'll do that. Shout out to Uncleotit69. What a username. Before that, we also have some John 310314, Don Mercado. Good morning to Twitch chatters and viewers, King JMSC, Charosaya, also to Parokya ni Edwin, Highball 20, JB Caranzo, Rod Striker, Japtones, Punk Terra, Keith, and Nigalcon, as well as, let's see, Rock and Rollin'. We've got Air Dali Jar. Jerry D.A. I think you guys are doing this on purpose. Are you doing it on purpose? Giving me some tongue twister usernames. Dionisio01. Also, we've got Rom Narciso. We got John Micatere, Ryder Striker, Titus 77 Titan. I think that's about it. And we have 88 on Twitch right now. We're trying to get to 100 on a regular basis daily. So let's see if we can do that, and see if we can do that actually later on tonight. Ooh, what does that mean? Well, I will tell you what that means. But first, let's conclude our topic for today's Rock and Roll Wednesday Wellness. And that is talking about the powers of manifestation through positive thinking. So the conclusion is that while scientific studies do not fully support the more mystical aspects of manifestation, you know, such as attracting material wealth purely by thinking about it, the power of thought and all of that stuff, there is significant evidence that visualization, self-belief, goal setting, and positive thinking can contribute to goal achievement, well-being, and personal success. So these elements align with aspects of manifestation that involve aligning one's mindset and actions towards desired outcomes. It's kind of like a formula. It's like a plus 1 + 1 = 2. You want to have a 2, you can't have a negative. If you have 1 and 1 and you have a negative, you get a 0, right? So you got to have 1 plus 1, then you get 2. You want to double the effects. You want to amplify. You want to get abundance. You have to have positivity in there. It's even in math. It's even in simple mathematical equations. So I've got Jacques Gregarius who says, we're going to call you DJ Feelgood. I like that, actually. That sounds kind of cool. DJ Feelgood. So I've got tracks coming up from Suede, Positivity. That is a song requested by Chris. Also Muse, Hysteria, requested by Susano. Tracy, also for the JFRX Co. In Excess, Never Tear Us Apart. That's in the lineup. Also Incubus, Pardon Me, as requested by Joven. We got Linkin Park, The Emptiness Machine, requested by Sherwin. Filter, Take a Picture, requested by AJ. We got some Silverchair, The Greatest View, requested by Dino for his high school best friends. And also Daddy K Boy's song Intergalactic from Beastie Boys. And Millennial wanted to hear something from Hole, Malibu, and Emerton, Symphony of Destruction by Megadeth. And of course, Roberto's request, a Soul Searching from Urban Dub. So here is something awesome. So remember I told you earlier, if you're listening, go on ahead and check out my Instagram. It's Roanna Hamir, ROANNAJAMIR. And on that fourth post on the Instagram account, there is a comment section. So just comment below where you're listening from. If you're in the Philippines or in Cebu or in Mindanao or you're in France or you're in Germany, wherever it is that you are listening from, comment below. Let me know so I know exactly who my audience are, because I might be coming in to add a different time slot to my morning routine with you guys. There might be an evening edition. That's right. So, but first, I want to know where you guys are listening from, okay? So comment below my fourth poster on Instagram. That's Roanna Hamir, ROANNAJAMIR. Tell me where you're listening from, and also get to catch more updates on what's going to happen for tonight on my IG. And also, I am converting these shows into a video format, and we'll be posting it on my YouTube channel. So I do have a YouTube channel, and you know what? I make it easy. It's the same thing. Roanna Hamir. Same spelling, same name, but it's on YouTube. So I'll be converting it to that. So just in case you like today's episode and you want to have somebody listen to it, or you want to hear it again, or you want to show someone that you sent a shout out to who wasn't paying attention to the radio and wasn't listening, and you can tell them, see, I dedicated that song for you. DJ Feelgood said it. So you can go on ahead and follow my my YouTube account so that I can go and post that, and you can just kind of go back to it like a podcast for all of my shows. Yeah, I'm going to start to do that today. I know it's more work for me, but if it makes you guys happy, well then so be it. Let me be your slave. So tonight I will be back 6 p.m. That's right. I will be back 6 p.m. till 9 for the second Wednesday edition of Rock and Roll. See you later tonight, 6 to 9 p.m. right here on JAM88.3. It's a date, guys. In the meantime, I'm going to leave you with something that has been requested by Michael Terrence, and this is from Wolfgang with Halik ni Judas. You're locked in to JAM88.3, just as the guys over at the office of Michael Terrence. So shout out to Meow, Sasha, Tristan, Tyler, Summer, Trazen, Onse, HB, and Combatron. This is a song for you. Halik di Judas on Jam 88.3. My name is Roanna. See you later tonight, 6 p.m. for second edition of Rock and Roll. Bye.